Imagine, you're called into the office of a big boss. They smile at you and say, "We're thrilled with your work. We're building a new team and want you to lead it." This means a promotion, a pay raise, a new status. Congratulations! And in your chest, you feel not joy, not pride, but a heavy, cold stone. Anxiety. The thought, "No, not that." You smile politely and say you'll think about it. And as you leave the office, you feel not victory, but a trap. If you're familiar with this feeling, you're not alone. For years, you've been told you need to grow, aim for the top, become a leader. But your soul resists with all its might. And now we'll figure out why. And it turns out your brain isn't broken. It's perhaps more mature than those who are clamoring for that chair. Psychology has long studied motivation, and for most people, career advancement is a classic ladder of success. But your brain is wired differently. Scientists might call it reverse high achievement syndrome. You get your dopamine, the reward hormone, not from control over others or status. You get your high from something else, pure mastery. This is the Craftsman Effect. Imagine a potter who can make 20 good pots a day. He's promoted to pot supervisor. Now, instead of sculpting, he creates schedules, accepts others' work, and attends meetings. What happens? His source of dopamine, that thrill of a perfectly sculpted edge, dries up. His brain literally falls into a state of frustration. He gets paid more, but his personality becomes impoverished. Your brain intuitively senses this trap and refuses to fall into it. Depth, not breadth, is important to you. It's not the number of subordinates, but the quality of your professionalism. And people like you can be divided into several types. The first is the thinker specialist. They're not against authority, they just don't see the point in it. Their motivation is built on two pillars: autonomy and competence. They need to be left alone with their complex, interesting tasks and to be able to immerse themselves in them. For them, being a boss isn't a reward, but a hindrance. Instead of solving an interesting problem, they'll be forced to sort out a conflict between two employees over a microwave. Their brain screams, "This isn't an optimal use of my resources." They're happy being a virtuoso, not a manager. The second type is the frustrated careerist. This person was once driven by the idea of growth. They saw a leadership position as a challenge. But one day, he took a closer look. He saw what the executive chair really was. Endless meetings where everyone discussed the same thing. Tons of unnecessary reporting, corporate games, politics, the need to make unpopular decisions and fire people. He saw that being a manager was 80% routine and stressful and only 20% that same strategy and leadership. His brain, like a powerful processor, calculated the costs and benefits and returned the verdict: dubious prestige isn't worth your mental health. This isn't cowardice, this is sober calculation. The third type is those who realized their value. This is a person who has experienced burnout or simply realized in time that they only have one life. They ask themselves a simple, epical question: what for? He realized that his happiness, his health, his family, his hobbies are not bargaining chips for the next rung on the career ladder. He's not lacking ambition. His ambition has shifted focus. Before, he wanted to beat others. Now he wants to beat himself, to become better, healthier, more conscious. This isn't a renunciation of growth. It's a redistribution of energy. He invests it not in corporate status, but in the quality of his own unique life. So who's right? The one who strives for the top, or you, who prefers to stay within your professional zone? Answer is those who make conscious choices are right. Our society, our corporate culture, is obsessed with vertical growth. We're taught from childhood that the only path is to climb. But what if you've reached your plateau of satisfaction? The level where you're paid fairly, respected as an expert, and doing what you love. True freedom and wisdom are the ability to choose your own horizontal. Grow not upward, but downward. Become not above, but beside, more competent, wiser, a more valuable advisor and colleague. Such a choice requires not weakness, but immense inner strength. The strength to be yourself, not what others expect of you. So perhaps your reluctance to become a leader isn't a flaw in your career, but its greatest success, a sign that you found yourself. You haven't given up on growth. You've simply found your own peak and realized that it offers the best view. Let me know in the comments if you recognize yourself in any of these types. If this resonates with you, subscribe. Here, we're not discussing how to meet other people's expectations, but how to understand and embrace your own code of happiness.